but for today's purposes, it's more important that I am the board chair of the Michigan League for Public Policy. It's a pleasure to welcome all of you here today. I'd like to draw your attention to a nice colorful handout which you will find in your packet, which identifies all of our sponsors. I'm going to read the names of several of them, but then I invite you to take a look at the entire thing, because there are a total of 35 sponsors, and we are so grateful to all of those who helped us to support this event. But in particular, let me give the most special thanks to the W.K. Kellogg Foundation, the Max M. and Marjorie S. Fisher Foundation, Meyer, and the Whitmer Family Foundation. I'd also like to acknowledge the work of the members of the Board of Directors, other members besides me of the Board of Directors. If you're on the board, would you please stand? All right. Thank you very much. And I'd also like to thank the support staff, the photographer, all the servers, but especially the staff of the league, many of whom are standing in the back. So if you're a member of the staff, would you please wave? And if you're not standing in the back, you could stand up. As a personal note to all of you, I've been involved with the league for a number of years, and it just seems like our staff gets better and better and better every year. You do a terrific job. Thank you very much. Especially remarkable is Jenny Kinney. I don't know if she's in the room. She got married on Friday, but she's not going on. She was so devoted to coming to this meeting that she's not leaving on her honeymoon until tomorrow. Now that is special something. If you haven't been to our policy forums before, let me make clear that they double as an annual meeting for our organization. Just a quick bit of official business. You have the annual membership meeting proposed agenda. I will say that we are now called to order, and I'd just like a consent motion to adopt the agenda and to approve the minutes from our last meeting of October 4th, 2017. So do I have a motion? So moved. Second? All right. All in favor? Aye? Aye. Any Grinches who want to say no? All right, good. So I'd like to spend just a few minutes with this a review of the year. We've been around since 1912, although our name has changed on a few occasions in that time. And we have worked on the issues that I think are really close to the hearts of everybody in this room. Poverty, economic security, child well-being, criminal justice, social justice, and many more. At the federal level, in the last 12 months, after having beaten back many attempts to repeal the Affordable Care Act, we also successfully we were part of the coalition that helped mobilize to push Congress to reauthorize the Federal Children's Health Insurance Program, or CHIP, which helps 120,000 children in Michigan and has special funding for children in Flint. That's at the federal level. At the state level, the state budget is always one of our primary focus areas. And again, we were able this year, in partnership with other coalition members, to achieve some wins, some important victories. Securing additional food assistance for 340,000 Michigan residents. Increasing funding to improve child care access and quality. And raising investments in education funding, including the first state funding for the Early On program. And just in the last few weeks, we've had some important progress in the area of criminal justice reform, with Governor Snyder banning the box for state employees, with the passage of objective parole, and with a committee hearing on raising the age of juvenile jurisdiction. So those are some wins, but as is unfortunately often the case in the last few years, If you're progressive, that means you spend a lot of the time on the defensive. We have fought tooth and nail over unnecessary and problematic work requirements for the Healthy Michigan Plan enrollees. We have fought against the ceaseless attacks on Michigan immigrants and their families. We have fought against tax plans that benefit the wealthy and further hurt people who are struggling. We have fought against rampant and significant racial inequities, and we have not won all of those battles. But while we may not always win, we see that standing up here for our values is important in its own right, and we're glad to continue the fight. And we appreciate all of you always being right there with us. So thanks to you who have come out today and to others, supporters of the League who are not here today. We believe all people deserve to have a say in public policy, and we strive to help give everyone in Michigan that voice. And now I'm going to turn the microphone over to, she introduced herself. I made a shout out to the board, I made a shout out to the staff, but let's face it, we have a true force of nature who is the president and CEO of our organization, and Gilda Jacobs has really helped to take this organization to a new level. So as I ask her to come back to the mic, would you join me?
Just as I wrote it for you. So I have a great honor right now, and it is my honor to introduce Nancy Kaffer, the recipient of our 2018 Sharon Parks Award for Leadership, Advocacy, and Research to advance the well-being of Michigan's vulnerable residents. And I don't think Sharon is Sharon here today? I think she's out of town. Sharon was a very long time staff member and former CEO of the League, and worked from 1977 to 2010, and she helped to shape much of the work that we still do today. Now, I'm sure Nancy needs no introduction in a room full of people who care about progressive issues, but I'm going to give her one anyway. Nancy, you can either stand next to me as I tell everybody how fabulous you are, or come on up. And we had so much fun at lunch, listening to how Nancy got to where she is and how Dr. Joy got to where she is. So I'm not even going to go into all of the stuff that we learned at lunch. But Nancy's an award-winning columnist with the Detroit Free Press, and she covers politics and public policy, and she is a very important key member of the Detroit Free Press editorial board. Her coverage of the Flint water crisis earned many, many accolades, including the Shorenstein Center's 2016 Nyan Prize and the 2015 Scripps Howard Walker Stone Award for Opinion Writing, one of the most prestigious awards in American journalism. So, Nancy says what most of us are thinking and feeling. Not just what as advocates and policy workers and politicos, but what the real people that are out there, families and kids who are truly affected by public policy, what they're thinking and what they're feeling. And she does it in a way that few of us can articulate. On a statewide platform that reaches millions of eyes. Just listen to some of the headlines. Give women a reason to report sexual assault. Fix the damn schools. Civility is for chumps. In defense of anger. Medicaid bill is cruel. Medicaid job requirements will kill people. Listen to Jesus, not the GOP. Why can't the state admit it was wrong? Racism and the Flint water crisis. Why Michigan cities are crumbling. Government messed up in the Flint water crisis. What next? Most importantly, empathy is one of Nancy's superpowers, and truth is one of her greatest weapons. As people who care about good public policy that meets the needs of everyone, we are so lucky to have Nancy Kaffer in our corner. The League is pleased to present Nancy with this award in gratitude for her journalism and passionate advocacy on behalf of Michigan residents. So we have sort of two little things. So one, this is a plaque that we hang up in our office and it lists all of the former winners, so your name is prominently displayed. And we figured you probably didn't need another plaque in your office, so what we've done in your honor is we've made a contribution to the Firecracker Foundation in your honor, and this is just a little sort of memento of that. And the Firecracker Foundation is an amazing organization. It's based in Lansing. It honors the bravery of children who have survived sexual assault by building a community invested in the healing of the whole body. We know that this is an organization that is close to your heart. So thank you for accepting this award, and we hope that you will say a few things.
I'm not sure how I can follow this, because the lady she's talking about sounds pretty cool. If your goal is to write well-received, good, thoughtful pieces about policy, and you get honored for your work by a policy organization, it's pretty much the nicest compliment you can possibly give. So thank you very much, and thank you so much for the work that you do to help people like me and the public at large understand what's happening in our policy and how it impacts people. I think a lot of times policy seems abstract, like something over here, and it's hard to see how it affects the life that you're living. And the work that you guys do is instrumental in connecting those dots and letting me do the work and express the things that I do. I couldn't do it without you guys, so thank you so much.
Well, not much more for me to do. I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second?
Support.
All right, all in favor, aye? Okay, well, thank you. Was that a heck of a meeting or what? Thank you very much, and now I'm going to turn the mic back over to Gilda. Thank you.